What is up? It is your boy President Q from 2K Central, and I got a question for you, homie. What build are you making in NBA 2K19 MyCareer? Now, this is a very valuable question. You might already have it decided, but this video might have you changing things around. I will tell you what build I'm making at the end, but first, let's go ahead and get to step 1. Name 2 or 3 of your favorite parts of playing basketball. That means 3-point shooting, dunks, dribbling, defense, rebounding, posting up, passing, or just plain out being an all-around shot creator. Now that you decided your 2 or 3 favorite things, pick 2 or 3 players that have those same playstyles that you admire the most. So if you value dunking and shot creating, look at Kobe, Tracy McGrady, or even Giannis. I would recommend picking 2 current players and a legend because you do want to modernize your style. If your style is too old school, you might not be able to keep up with the competitive nature of the game. Alright, so you chose your people. Now, what is the biggest thing these 2 or 3 guys have in common? Are they all dunkers, shooters, passers? Well, whatever the biggest thing they have in common is, that's your primary archetype. What did you have valued second on that list? Because whatever that is, that's your second archetype. Now this is also a side note, it is possible to go a pure archetype, but honestly, by the looks of it, an NBA 2K19 is not too recommended because you'll just end up as a one trick. Like if you go with rebounding, you'll be weak at everything else. If you go with defense, you'll be weak at everything else. If you go pure shooting, you'll be weak at everything else. The only 2 that are well-rounded from what I see for next year are going to be the pure shot creator and the pure playmaker. I could be wrong, but I've been doing a lot of research and I don't think I'm wrong. And depending on who you play with, some people will rather play with the jack of all trades rather than play with a guy who's a one trick, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to play with that sharpshooter who can't create his own shot. Some people will really love that. It's up to you. And also, your height and your weight will depend on how much you prioritize speed versus size and strength. You'll see what I value in a second. So here's how my chart is gonna look. I value playmaking, defense, and 3-point shooting. Who are the superstars that I model my game after? My legend is Magic Johnson, Chris Paul, and of course Ben Simmons. I think you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I don't need to be too fast, but I also don't want to be too weak. So I'm keeping my weight neutral. And I'm also making my height 6'10", because I want to be able to guard multiple positions. And my archetype is a point forward. You probably could have guessed it. So that's right, I'm going with the 6'10" point forward, not because they're OP, but because I like setting my teammates up and also being able to defend multiple positions. I'm banking on my 3-point shot being decent enough, but who knows, maybe I'll only be good for defense and passing. And if that's the case, I can live with it. Now there's also other things that you want to take into account when making your archetype. Badges, because some archetypes get a bunch of Hall of Fame badges, which are super strong, while others don't even get 4 gold badges. Also pay attention to your weaknesses. Everybody will have at least 2 weaknesses on their scale. If you're fine with those 2 weaknesses, you're on the right track to building your right archetype, homie. Like for me, knowing that I'll be making a 6'10" point forward, I know I won't be able to score as easily as the sharpshooting playmaker, and I'll also be a little bit slower than most guards. Another thing, if you're playing competitively, you want to take into account what your teammates and friends are making. This shouldn't be a huge determining factor, but it definitely should help sway what you're leaning towards. And finally, look at your carry potential. Now what is your carry potential? On a scale of 0 to 10, how good is your archetype at covering up other people's mistakes when you're playing online? Because depending on what you make, you might rely on others too much. And to be honest, this is a little secret from me to you. The bigger you are, the higher your carry potential. The higher your wingspan, the higher your carry potential. But also, the stronger you are, the higher your carry potential. And there it is. Now you know every step to creating your own archetype personalized around you and what you like to do in NBA 2K19. And for the 50th time, don't listen to what all these critics are saying about your build. Listen, I played NBA 2K18 all year, and I can honestly be straight up with you. There weren't a lot of sucky builds. Not that everybody was able to do everything. It's just the people who made an archetype centered around their playstyle were able to do well with them. Hey, I even had a 2-way playmaking point guard last year at 6'7", and I dominated the park and the Pro-Am. But his weakness was he needed a lot of shooters around him. But yeah, now that we went through this, let me know down below what kind of build you are looking forward to making. Honestly, after you get done with your first one, I would write another one just in case you need a backup. It's always good to have a backup. Like, just in case my pure point forward doesn't work out, I still have a sharpshooting playmaker. Now this is pretty much it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the support from you guys. You guys are awesome. I'll probably be live streaming later today, and I'll also be roaming the comment section for you guys. And yeah, let's see if we can get this video to 10 likes, and who knows, maybe I'll be blessed and we get to 25 subscribers. I will talk to you guys later. This has been your Prez. Peace.